welcome back to the fastest growing podcast in Detroit.
Well, I think that's without question.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I don't know any other podcasts in Detroit that have taken that title yet, so we're going to take it.
We're claiming it.
Claiming it. Whether it's true or false, this day and age, doesn't really matter.
Exactly.
Not particularly.
So we'll just brand it.
Just have that as the tagline.
We'll put that on our bottles. We'll have bottled water.
Our non-branded water.
Yes. And so I'm Conor Ahearn if you're new to the podcast. And today we got a guest. But before then, how about Christian, you introduce yourself to anyone that's new here?
All right. Christian Scarley. You can find me on Instagram at COSKARLI. I don't really share my other profiles yet. Cranking up new accounts very shortly here. So.
I don't know what. Okay.
Still jamming over there.
Sure.
And then we got Ish.
I'm Ishaan. I'm Ishaan Sahu. Instagram is Sahu Space.
Right on.
No one really cares about any other social, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. I introduce myself and background. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you want to, I mean, right now, at this point, what do you want to talk about, Ish? You're here as our guest.
Do our viewers know?
Yeah. Who is Ish?
Dr. Ish, a.k.a.
Dr. Ish.
The doc.
Do you know how that happened?
I actually don't.
I don't know either, because I was thinking about that when we were all out drinking on my birthday. Mm-hmm. And I want to say it was from Florida when we all went on spring break with Joe. And I don't know how we came about to that, but I don't know how we came about to that, but apparently at some point I became Dr. Ish, and I was like, sure, okay. What were you saying? Sorry.
Well, now you got me thinking about that spring break. There was a lot of crazy stuff that happened that spring break, but nothing explicit. Just I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. I mean, Christian hiding his identity and not wanting to talk about things.
Ambiguous.
Yes, and wearing a hat inside at 11:30 at night.
11:30 at night. Yeah.
I got to shield my eyes.
I mean, it's very sunny in here.
It's quite bright.
I'll bring sunglasses next time.
So, if you can't tell from Ish's accent, he is not from Detroit.
Is my failing accent.
Failing accent?
Yeah.
It's, fading away.
Honestly, it is, because when I'll go back home and meet up with friends, and it's like, you've got an American accent now. I was like, yeah, I do. Oh, that's depressing.
Oh, yeah.
That's depressing.
I mean, people will ask me why I don't have a Bostonian accent, and I'm like, I never really did, but I'll go back home and I'll hear it, and it's just like, okay, yeah,
right,
okay,
yeah.
I kind of used to.
It's
talk
also
like that.
an environment thing, right? It's
Absolutely, you start to absorb it,
right?
Without much thought to it.
Yeah, and it's like if you go back home, I assume you go back to Boston, you'll pick it up a little bit. It'll just automatically sort of happen.
A little bit. I mean, if I go out to dinner, have a drink or two, will probably come out.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, my parents moved to South Carolina since I got to college, and when I spent a couple summers down there, and when I came back, I was just saying y'all.
Y'all.
I never.
I tried to avoid saying pop and y'all.
Yeah.
But
I was also saying yes, ma'am, and yes, sir to everyone.
Yeah.
So
I mean, there's all sorts of words in the New England vocabulary that you can't really say these days.
They're not exactly yes, ma'am, and yes, sir. They're not exactly please and thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when my fiance and I took her to New England for the first time, and I was goofing around about, the typical New England experience of just road rage, and she saw it within 30 seconds of us walking on the sidewalk. It was perfect. Definitely not words for YouTube.
No.
No.
Yeah, not in the hopes of getting monetized. YouTube preferred, all that good stuff.
Well,
but I mean, you're from Dubai. I mean, even though it sounds like you're from England.
Yeah, so my background is parents are from India. I am Indian. I was born in Dubai. Lived there until I was 18. Came here for school, and my parents still live in Dubai, so I go back, and technically I also still live there.
So, I mean, for most of our, I would assume, listening base is American, and
probably.
I assume with that, they're thinking Dubai, you probably were pooping on golden toilets. I mean,
okay. So-
roads paved in gold.
Okay, wait.
and-
First,
Look,
wait.
that's only
No.
happened
Wait.
once.
Wait.
Like,
First,
so-
you have
are
to.
you
I was
giving
gonna
a
say you have to
Ferrari?
answer the question: have you shat on a gold toilet?
Does it count if like all the stuff that would be fake plastic chrome was gold, but like the porcelain was
Essentially.
porcelain because like
Okay.
you don't want to shit on gold. That's
Okay.
weird.
So it was trimmed in gold.
I love gold.
I collected. Yeah, a younger audience would not get that at all.
No,
Sadly.
but
So yeah, the roads aren't paved in gold.
No. We also there's two extremes that you get whenever. Well, there are a couple different extremes. The first extreme you get is so there's like literally you wipe your ass with like $100 bills. Like that's the one extreme. The other extreme is so you like ride a camel,
Yeah.
which.
Well-
if you know anything about camels, is the same as the first extreme because camels are damn expensive.
Yeah. they're pretty balling.
Oh
to have
my
that
God,
camel.
yeah.
If they got sandals and a camel.
Yeah.
Doing pretty good.
Yeah, and
But,
then
I mean, because that is the extreme in, United Emirates. I mean, there's some interesting background with that where some people came in with a lot of money and others people came in
is this your backyard?
no money.
it's not far from my house.
Okay. So you walk out your door and you're like, okay.
I mean, so nothing in Dubai is particularly far from anything. It's not very big.
Yeah.
So I'm outside of the city and I'm about 20 minutes out from like anything.
Ooh, let's Google Earth this bitch.
Please don't dox me.
Unintentional
Let's figure out
doxing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Your parents get a knock.
GPS coordinates.
They're like, we found your house on a podcast
Yeah.
from Detroit.
He said he speeds a lot.
I do not. I have never had a speeding ticket. So,
Coolest car you've driven in Dubai?
Good question.
Because you used to work at a McLaren dealership.
I worked
there,
at a
right?
McLaren dealership. That was before I had a driving license, unfortunately. Yeah, which sucks a lot.
Strict driving rules there, I would assume.
Very.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's none of that. And especially because I was working there.
Yeah.
And it was like, I was not even 19 because I turned 19 and got my driving license the a week after I finished my time with McLaren.
Okay.
I mean, I went out in a lot of stuff. I went out in a couple 12Cs and 650S, 650S Spider. I mean, that was really all that existed at the time.
Yeah.
Went to like well over 200 miles an hour.
You did?
Yeah. I mean, in the car. I wasn't driving.
Oh, that's pretty. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's faster than I've been.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I think it was
Deserved. Well deserved.
yes.
I don't know exactly. It was like 341 kph, so whatever that translates to. But it's like 2 something.
Yeah, to the American audience,
Yeah.
that's...
I don't know. I still...
Those crickets really just sounded like a tape scratching.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. We might have to get a new cricket sound effect.
Yeah, definitely.
My conversion only works up until a certain amount. And it was like, once you're past a point, it's like, who cares anymore?
Yeah.
Right?
Although once you get into Canada, they do care, and that
Right,
conversion's not so fun to deal with.
Yeah. Nicest car that I've driven. Bentayga I've driven a bunch of Bentleys. I've driven...
But that's the Camry there, right?
There are a lot of Bentley. So
There's a lot of Camrys.
yeah, there are a lot of Camrys as well. Camrys are taxis, kind of. But the largest market in the world for Bentley is the United Arab Emirates, and it was the same group. McLaren, Bentley, Bugatti.
Yeah.
Were all the same group. So I actually worked for Bentley for like a week.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I worked for Volkswagen for like a week.
yeah. And I believe back when I did this internship, so before I did this is Saudi, okay? This is not representative of
It
anything.
says Dubai right there.
Okay,
bro.
but I can tell you for a fact that it's not.
Where's the Burj Khalifa? I know it's in there somewhere.
It's not in there. Yeah, this is not an accurate representation of anything.
Yeah, I know. I thought of it when you guys started talking about driving in Dubai.
Okay, so I think you need to pick up a video of the Dubai police. That's
Yes.
a better accurate
Okay.
representation.
Yes.
It's so that's an absurd thing, and I'm like kind of happy that happened. But
Have you
also-
seen their drone bike?
No, not in person.
Okay.
I've seen the Bugatti though.
Oh, but you've seen the video of the drone bike, right?
Yeah.
Where it looks like it's going to chop off their legs.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, but this is
Certainly
what
don't
they
want to
do.
run out of
but this is
battery on
what
that
they
pursuit.
do. What is this?
This is Dubai police thief scenario.
And of course, you're stealing a W12S because, of course, and that is.
Oh,
I know for a fact because I've driven.
Oh, they've got an expensive briefcase in there.
Yeah.
Precisely.
Also, why is this in Satwa? Like, what are you doing?
Yo,
mean,
what is this video?
This is, I believe,
This is
from
Christian's first
the
time
Dubai police.
controlling the big screen.
Yeah, it is,
Yeah.
and liking it so far.
Also, this is the most. Like, this is the
Ooh.
second most Dubai spec.
Funny money.
No, I mean that's real money. But okay.
Funny. Yeah, let's get into.
I don't know what's
car.
happening here. But anyway,
I believe it's a. I want to see. Here's the police. Okay, here's
Yeah.
the police scenario. That just was a really, really
Okay, so
long
they have
intro.
cameras everywhere.
Oh,
right.
absolutely.
And that's part of the reason why speeding isn't
So-
a huge issue, right? Because
Is it technically Sharia law there, or am I completely wrong on that?
I don't 100% know how that breaks down.
Yeah.
It's so the way the political system works is
If you have more money, or
no. It is like a kingdom,
yeah,
right? So there
exactly.
is there's royal family and
princes
etc.
and- yeah.
But there's
there's drama within that, and
Yes and no. It's very similar to the UK setup,
okay,
but without the sort of like
without marrying American girls.
all right, we finally got to the.
Didn't
Oh yeah. I was like, what are you talking? Yeah,
yeah,
I know
the
what you're
prince
talking-
married a
Right.
American, correct?
Yeah, like some actress or whatever.
Was she an actress?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
I think so.
rad.
Yeah. Anyway.
Quite
yeah.
the like Hollywood tale there.
Right. Yeah, but this happened where it. So what it's actually for was there's something called the World Expo.
Okay, yeah.
And Dubai got the bid for 2020, and so it was a promo. It was a promo thing where they would put a bunch of supercars in there.
Dude, they've had
And-
supercars way before the.
Oh
bid.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, as police cars?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
This was the first time.
The police scenario that I just watched didn't have any of those in it.
Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah.
So what
Huh.
these are basically they're publicity things, and they do patrol,
Yeah.
and they are out there.
Yeah.
But they don't.
I mean, it's kind of like
it's-
how there's a few, I think, Italian police stations with Lamborghinis.
Right.
And I think that's just because, like, it was like a gift.
It's a
because
gift, yeah.
It's like, hey, we do a lot of illegal things on these roads.
Yeah. Not that. that is a Fiat Panda. Or
What are you looking up?
or whatever.
Italian police cars. We gotta
Well,
get-
Oh,
you
well,
gotta put cars at the end.
I have a
so-
scale model of the
There you
Italian
go.
Huracan.
There you go.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not so bad,
Italian
right?
Huracan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Wow, it's refreshing to see that another country's doing it too.
I mean,
I-
they technically did it before, but like Dubai's got like one of each thing. So it's got
Yeah.
like one Aventador, one 12C.
So the
They-
Aventador
at-
always breaking down.
Yeah. At one point, they had a 177,
Okay.
which is wild. Yeah.
Wow.
It was also
Like,
a Q.
why?
It was a Q series 177, so it was one of 7 instead
Okay.
of one of 77.
That
and then-
interior, though.
The 177.
No.
No,
There was a blue interior
I saw
Lamborghini.
that,
Yeah. Yeah, but they had a 177 at one point. They swapped that out for a Veyron, which is I haven't seen that many. They had like an M6. I've seen the GTR. I've seen the Roush Mustang.
Yeah.
I've seen the Brabus G wagon.
Okay.
I've seen the FF and I've seen the Bugatti.
Okay. That's pretty rad.
Yeah, and they keep swapping it out and they keep like increasing it and bringing it down. And they've like there's the car culture back home is huge. Like it's crazy.
Did you see the clip of the French military parade with the guy on the like hoverboard?
Let's look it up.
Maybe. Yeah, I think
Dude,
so.
It's so funny. He's like holding a rifle, trying to keep his balance up, and it's like
This is what again?
French military parade hoverboard.
Oh, I think it's already right here.
Yeah.
Yep, there you go. Yes, I did see it. I did.
He's in like a red striped outfit. It's like, I'm terrified. He looks like a Power Ranger. It's like enemy flying in, or the Green Goblin got an upgrade.
Well, I want to know what their code words are, because you know they've got code words. He's got somebody on the ground who's like his spotter. You know what I mean? You know, Alpha Victor, Niner Niner.
Do we lose internet?
Go Big Red.
Potentially.
It's not, it looks like it.
Looks like
Let
it.
me hit a reload.
On that note,
It might just be that video. What,
Intermission.
no,
No.
no intermission.
Oh hell no.
Hell no.
Yeah, let's note.
This
Yeah,
is-
That's
Isn't
not what the best podcast in Detroit does.
This isn't an
all
Indian
right.
movie. I don't know if anyone will really get that joke, but fair enough.
Well, it's
Yeah, I know.
the Bollywood is bigger than Hollywood.
Oh, yeah,
It's
substantially.
like way bigger.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's more
people don't.
There's more
I mean,
people. So,
YouTube
yeah.
knows about that world with T-Series.
Oh, but that's just a lie. That's a complete lie.
Yeah.
Like-
what do you mean?
I mean, I think pretty much most people know at this point that it's like a lot of subbots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I figured that's what you meant.
And I mean, like T-Series have done some things apparently. So
Such as
go watch PewDiePie's videos, okay? It's in there. That's where my source is in case anyone calls me out.
fair enough.
Yeah. So
I mean, PewDiePie. All respect to all those subscribers, but I just don't watch his content.
yeah, it's hilarious because I was subscribed to PewDiePie. I think when he had 100,000 subscribers.
Okay.
And
So you're like OG cutie.
yeah, but I mean, like, I'm still subscribed just because it's a meme and it's hilarious.
Yeah.
But I haven't.
It got out of hand at like definitely
Oh yeah.
with the subscribe to him thing.
Yeah. But it was crazy seeing that, like, the meteoric rise of that happening.
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
it's a really short period of time that he went from.
Well, dude,
Because I think he hit 1 million in 2012, maybe.
it's like when I went from hanging on I hung out on the bus with Imagine Dragons once, and like, you know, it was
That's cool.
like they were in town and they gave us tickets, and it was
Right.
like, it was chill, like it was like free tickets, hang
Yeah.
out with you guys, right on. And then suddenly it was like a few months later, all of their stuff was on every commercial, the Super Bowl ad, stuff like that, and it's like, well, you guys blew up.
Yeah.
Like, don't
Yeah.
think I'll see you guys when you're in town next time.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't really the same thing, but, like, there's a band called Paris.
Okay.
PVRIS. Because apparently they were on the verge of getting sued for having an A. And I'm like, okay, sure.
That's
What's this called again?
PVRIS.
We definitely can't play their
No,
stuff.
you definitely cannot do that.
No, yeah, we can look them up on Google.
Yeah, I went to their show, like, in Lansing.
Oh, they're from Lowell, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Right on. That's right near where I grew up.
Yeah, their first album was one of my favorite albums of all time. And went to their show before their first album came out, and like got pictures with the band and all
how
the rest of
do
it.
I
And they've
not know
blown
about
up.
these
They've
people?
blown up since. Like they tour with.
When did they form?
A blend dreamy
that's a
electronica
good
with
question.
beat
Released
with dark
2013.
beat heavy rock.
All right, so
Dreamy-
White Noise is a phenomenal.
all right, so they were like performing pretty much before or like after I left town. I left
Probably.
Boston in
Yeah.
2012.
Okay, yeah, probably.
White Noise
Yeah.
was released in 2014.
Yeah, and I went to their show, I believe, before then. It was before November.
Ooh, they sell bigger in the UK.
Yeah, because they tour with Muse and that sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Electra with dark beat heavy rock.
it's a good album. It's a really good album. At least White Noise is. I'm not a huge fan of the second one, but whatever. But I mean, they like played a room that's only marginally bigger than this.
Okay.
Yeah. And the next thing that I find out is they're touring with Muse. And I'm like, that's absurd.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a big jump.
That's a massive jump.
Yeah. I mean, what's like nightlife like in Dubai?
Crazy.
Crazy.
Crazy and crazy expensive.
Okay, so I guess with that original question of like
Oh, yeah.
Sharia
so
law,
we never got that. So
like can you drink alcohol there?
stop,
yeah.
just stop YouTubing everything
Yeah.
at this point, fam.
Because I mean,
That's my job.
I've got a major like understanding of Europe, been there,
Right.
and but
So-
being out to the Middle East and all that, I've never done that.
The way I describe it is because you just have to be sensible.
Yeah.
right? drunk on the street is not a thing you can do at all.
Oh,
you
absolutely.
can drink,
Yeah.
no problem. Drunk on the street, not at all. Drink in the club, get from the club to an Uber to wherever else, just no outdoor thing,
Yeah.
and you're perfectly fine.
Okay.
And the nightlife is
Apparently,
wild.
perfectly fine.
Partying it up.
No, the nightlife is ridiculous.
Well, yeah, because
And-
it's just crazy money.
Yeah,
Foreigners
like,
coming
if you-
in, tourism.
Yeah, if you look up Base Dubai, that club is like outdoors,
Okay.
and like built into a pit, but also like got like screens that are mounted on the ceiling of nothing because it's just scaffolding.
That's
And
rad.
It's crazy. I don't even know if there's gonna be like just look at images. It's like what is happening here, and it can only operate 4 months out of the year because it's open to the air.
Yeah.
and otherwise it's like 100.
Dude, there's clubs like that in Vegas.
degrees.
But dude, that's pretty rad.
Yeah,
That-
and I
that's
mean
a
they'll
sick
they'll get all the names in. Like Future was there not that long ago.
So would you didn't who just signed a Daft Punk? I think just signed a major residency there.
yes, because Dubai constantly does this like the crazy like just like
I think
ad
they're doing a huge
stuff.
build out for them or something.
Yeah, so they just added what they're calling Blue Water Isle,
yeah.
where it's an island that doesn't exist actually because
Yeah, they're building
that's
it.
what they do.
Yeah.
and I mean it's done. But they put a Caesar's Palace on there, which is hilarious because there's no gambling, right? So it's a Caesar's Palace for the name,
Yeah.
which is interesting.
To go
The
there
island-
for the food
Yeah.
and the nightlife,
right,
no gambling.
The island in
which
itself is
fine.
actually really cool, and it's got like beach club and
Yeah.
all that sort of thing.
Dude, I've been to Vegas and don't gamble.
Right, yeah.
Like I love Vegas and I don't gamble at all.
I don't see the allure of Vegas, but I went when I was 12, so
It's fun if you want to escape Detroit for like the winter. Like
that's fair. I mean, well, I escaped Detroit by going back home, so
Yeah, fair enough. Going back home for me is just it's
it's
cold here in
also
the
cold
winter.
and terrible.
Also cold. I mean, snowboarding's great, but got to drive pretty far in
Yeah.
Michigan to get to any
right,
solid mountains.
yeah.
So,
But I believe they're opening. I believe they're opening an Omnia at that Caesar's Palace. So that's
Okay.
that's probably where it's going to happen. Or if not, there's White. There's everything. Like
Yeah.
every major, like Hakkasan, etc., etc.
Yeah.
is all there because it's it's a brand name.
Yeah, I mean
At the end of the day.
Hakkasan, pretty solid.
Yeah.
Have you been to the indoor ski?
Yes. It's actually
Right on.
surprisingly good, and I don't ski or snowboard. I did learn how to ski, and I'm very, very bad at it. In the giant tube that's attached
Yeah.
to a mall,
Okay.
which is fun.
yeah, I have seen that.
Yeah,
That's insane.
Yeah, I
Insulation
think that would be
sounds-
one of the first things I do when I go there.
Yeah, same.
it's worth doing.
Yeah.
It's like surprisingly good.
So, as an entrepreneur and traveling, you were just talking about traveling a lot.
Yeah.
What do you do a lot of work for travel at all, or do you travel mostly for fun?
Mostly for fun. I try to work pretty much out of the warehouse and get everything done digitally if I have to send something out. But I've definitely had to travel here and there.
Yeah. Didn't you have some travels for filming and snowboarding in?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I used to live in Argentina. It was another life ago, practically.
Yeah.
I used to do videography for what's kind of a travel company / camp / place for pro athletes to kind of get some extra time in on the mountain and also make some extra money.
And you said it was Woodward, or it wasn't Woodward, but it was something similar.
It was South America snow sessions at that point, but now they're SAS Global Travel.
Okay.
And I went in there as a teenager, knowing the guys that started it. Frankly, they actually taught me how to snowboard when I was a little kid. But yeah, reached out to them, ended up securing a pretty rad opportunity to go to the peaks of mountains and film pro athletes, filmed with the Roxy
like
snowboard
the
and ski
life.
chicks. And
That sounds like you're not working.
I wasn't. I mean, I was, but I wasn't.
Right,
And
yeah.
also was teaching a college class there, which was
Epic.
interesting.
Very respectable.
Yeah, I mean, until you think about it from the standpoint of being a college student and having a 16-year-old being like, "Hey, man, you didn't come to class today."
Yeah,
Like,
that's a
and
good
they're
point.
I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, do not talk to me. And like, it's like, yeah, just saying. Like, you didn't come to class today. You
Right.
paid for this college class. And they're like, dude, what do you know about college? It's like, nothing. Yeah,
Nothing at all, really.
nothing. But apparently, I should teach you something.
Well, so have you traveled for work much at all otherwise? And if you could, would you to like cool places?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
just say L.A., Orlando, NYC, like New York City.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I guess a more recent client of mine was a like a maple syrup that ages their product in whiskey casks called
Okay.
Cask Force. So I went to the East Coast. This was like a year and a half ago. So I've been really busy here at the warehouse, really nose to the grindstone. So, but yeah, that client, I got to go up to check out where they produce their maple syrup, where it all comes from.
You said it was Cask?
Yeah, Cask Force.
Cask Force. Interesting.
It's pretty small. I can't even tell if I spelled it right.
Yeah, the Cask Force. So yeah, went up to Vermont, checked out where they get all their maple syrup, Purington maple. It was a pretty rad experience.
Yeah, this looks nice. Their bottles look awesome.
Oh, that's great design.
Yeah, they are paired up with a local artist. Her name escapes me right now. I'm sure it's
Yeah.
on the bottle somewhere. And yeah, they've got some new stuff. I mean, this Noble Bee, that's new to me.
That's really
But
cool.
all of it's great products.
Yeah.
$0 right here.
That is based on you have to call to order that through their liquor store.
Yeah.
Special order.
One of those.
Yeah, so this
Artist
is,
series. Ironic that it's the best looking one in my opinion.
It is actually one of the better tasting ones.
I'm sure.
They're all artist series. Okay.
yeah.
Oh, they're all.
Yeah,
Great.
exactly.
Yeah.
No, but they're all really rad.
Cool.
But it's definitely one of those companies that's cool. And recently, I've just been working with some local contractors, stuff like that, where you don't have to travel to exotic places, which is a bummer, but it's also convenient when you're dealing with back and forth. Between
Yeah,
clients.
especially some people just don't like traveling, and I totally get it. Because airports and planes and all that stuff can suck, but
I don't know. I love all of that.
I love the process
I
too.
think
You're like in a
if-
giant mall with like.
If I wasn't,
Why is that like
Airports.
a happy place?
oh
No,
airports
it's just
are
like
fun.
there's so
Airports
much you
are
can
fun.
Yeah.
do and look at and not buy because it's all really expensive.
That's not the process that goes through my mind when I'm in an airport, but like I do enjoy traveling and I enjoy the whole process of going through it and all of that, but like I don't necessarily associate it with a mall. But fair enough.
They pretty much all are.
I mean, yeah, when you
They've
think
got
about it, they
like
are.
food courts, they've got kiosks, they've got entire leather goods
I mean,
stores.
and
They
it's
just need
fun
a cinema.
to absorb like the random nuances of that culture
yeah.
in that airport.
Oh my
where
gosh,
you're-
Right.
people watching in an
Yeah, yeah.
airport,
You get into Europe and you're like, whoa, I can smoke in here.
dude, and people.
What?
And
You mean
as soon as you
France?
get to Copenhagen,
Very specifically France.
Well, no, Germany. You can do,
Really?
well, they have booths.
Okay, yeah, I mean
It's like how-
that's not that common. That's not uncommon.
I saw a
Cool.
yoga booth the other day. It was like a
Interesting.
folding
That's.
Really?
thing, and then there was a bunch of yoga mats, and it was like covered by
I
plants.
feel like it was converted doggy poop area.
Probably.
yeah.
But I mean,
Just
you-
don't
you
have
s-
many service dogs coming to this airport. We really should convert this to something hip and fun.
You see all sorts of stuff like that. Was it like you'll have like an area for like nap pods?
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
a massage area.
Yeah,
and
full
et cetera,
on-
et cetera.
well, there's
like when you go to
really-
like major international airports.
Yeah, I'm
like-
really intrigued to see what I'm going to find in Japan when I go there.
Oh, that
I'm
would
sure it's gonna be
wild.
crazy.
That'd be a
Yeah.
trip.
Yeah.
I traveling
When are
around
you
the
going?
U.S.
Well, I'm trying to figure out if I want to go there in the winter
Olympics.
and catch some good snowboarding there.
But also Olympics.
But
Yeah,
Japan.
no, 2020, everything.
You said Japan, right?
Crazy snow
Yeah.
and
Japan.
but also crazy expensive.
Yeah, but there's something about the atmosphere of being there. I was in London for 2012.
Yeah.
For the London 2012 Olympics. And even though we didn't have tickets
the
for
company I
any,
used to work for actually has a trip in Japan. That's part of why I would go to Japan.
Oh, that's
fair enough.
I would try to be like, hey guys,
Do you
what's
wanna-
up
do you wanna-
again?
yeah.
You want some video content?
right, yeah.
This is epic. For those of you who don't know, if you're naive like me, thought I had a generally decent understanding of geography.
Zoom
and
out. Let me see what the info is on this, because this might be one of the people I know.
Snowboard Pro Camp. No, just type in SAS Global Travel.
I just
Japan.
typed in Japan.
Japan.
SAS
Because Japan gets some crazy
Yeah, they
snow
do.
in
Yeah, they do.
January.
Global SAS.
So,
Is it
like-
SAS? SASS?
Yeah.
Okay. Global.
Travel. How do they not have a YouTube page? Come on.
Yeah, I thought it was
They're
just going to be all
way back.
SAS. Yeah, they're all airline
Oh
reviews.
no, SASS.
Oh, that's
Sorry.
what okay. Yep. That's misunderstanding.
There you go.
Ooh.
Still got to
Ooh,
boost
this is
it up.
Argentina.
Only 141.
Argentina 2011. Is this, you work on this maybe?
I think I was there 2010.
Okay.
Yeah, I was living there for the summer of 2010.
It was rad. And then shortly after that, moved to Germany for a moment, which was interesting.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Yeah, I mean, that one actually wasn't for work. That was for pretty much tongue-tied on that, prerequisite studies to work, being in the product design industry and automotive
Okay.
industry. I knew that understanding the German language would
Be very beneficial there.
yeah, beneficial. It's from what I found, the German people seem to be very happy when you're
Yeah.
trying to bend to their nature and speak their
Right.
their language,
Yeah.
and if they
You
were
made an attempt as opposed
Exactly.
as
They-
opposed to France where they're like,
Yeah.
what are you
French
doing?"
people.
Yeah.
I
when I was in France,
You
they
can
were
tell I
not.
don't enjoy France.
No, dude. I sat at a table for a restaurant maybe for an hour and a half before a waiter came by in France. I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
okay.
That'll happen.
they also don't eat eggs for breakfast.
What? I didn't notice
Yeah,
that.
eggs are not a breakfast food in France.
I feel like that's not that weird.
It was weird to me because
For
I love eggs
Americans,
for
that's
breakfast.
quintessential.
It
I
is
mean, yeah,
literally
sure.
eggs, bacon, and a pancake, hash browns. That's all.
Yeah, but like the
No
whole concept of
eggs in the
breakfast
morning?
foods,
Yeah, that is some creepy.
the whole concept of breakfast food is like an American thing. just progressively louder.
These sound effects are.
Yeah.
I mean, I can load
Phenomenal.
whatever I want. Make me a soundbite.
But
Oh.
like an Italian breakfast is like a cappuccino and 2 cigarettes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
like-
mean, that's I'm familiar.
Yeah.
I don't do the cappuccino, but I will do.
Just do the 2 cigarettes in the morning.
No. That's unhealthy.
Oh.
No.
Oh no.
No.
So back to Japan.
Japan.
If you
Japan.
don't know, Japan is phenomenal for cars. There's an entire JDM is an entire car culture in
Oh, dude, that's part of the problem. I can't go to Japan just to go snowboarding.
right. Exactly.
Right.
And
Yeah.
That being
But the
said,
thing is, if you go in the winter,
you can still go shopping.
what? Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
No, but you gotta buy the things that you can't get here yet.
Yeah.
You gotta do that move.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying you go check out those items
Yeah, yeah.
and then buy something good,
Right.
store it away.
And then wait a couple of years until it's
Yeah.
25.
you guys haven't
and
you
then
guys
also
haven't
go
said
to
the word
Ebisu.
car yet.
Yeah, that's the point. that's what we're doing.
Yeah. Some cars that would be easy to get into Florida, not so easy to get.
I mean, technically easy to get into everywhere as long as it's been long enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But Japan apparently has gotten smart on that. So
Yeah.
certain things that are particularly popular that might have been in many movies that were technically not legal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that
I'm just saying, like, dude, it would be rad to go there and not only to go snowboarding, but before
To
you
also do a little bit of shopping.
Well, yeah, I would
Yeah.
load up not just a little bit.
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
load
yeah.
up a entire cargo box full of JDM
Stuff,
parts,
yeah.
a car.
Shove a car in there, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2 cars in there, 3 cars
Yeah,
in
yeah,
there,
yeah.
2 cargo boxes.
Redfish,
Or-
bluefish.
Or,
Bueller.
I mean, the JDM thing is amazing, but if you want to buy cars, you got to do it back home. You got to do it back home,
So,
Back home?
as in Dubai,
Oh.
as in the Middle East, as in
Dude.
very specifically the UAE,
Okay.
because okay,
What's the conversion rate for
3.67, $1 is 3.67 dirhams, and it's pegged, so it never changes.
and what kind of cars are we going to find out there?
Anything and everything. All you have to do. So a friend of mine.
Is there an
a
eBay
friend of mine-
equivalent that we could pull up right now?
Yes, Auto Trader.
Well, hold on.
Auto Trader UAE.
Do you have a
Or Auto
VPN?
Trader. No, don't do any of that.
Oh, well, I'm just saying you could easily.
I don't, but I've been meaning to get one.
Auto Trader UAE.
Well, you
is
just announced it to everyone that
Yeah.
you don't have a VPN. You're screwed.
So this is the thing. A friend of mine. That is a poor move on your part, to be fair.
I have no words. I have malware bites. It's fine.
You got some McAfee.
McAfee.
He'll cover you unless if you're sitting on a hammock.
Speaking of
Right.
malware bites, have you ever heard? So I was in this one technology class that was mostly about data systems and things like that in college. And to be 100% honest, I didn't pay attention that often.
That's
But
not surprising.
Surprise.
it was that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had pretty much checked out. You know how we were talking to Chad recently, and he said that he had checked out of his classes before he graduated. And
Right.
I did finish, but I had checked out so early. So, but
Senioritis freshman year.
yeah, well, I had the
Yeah, about that.
I had the way that I wanted to go set, and I was ready to get out of there. But there was a class in there, and they had mentioned a hack that was going on that was recently came out, and it was where it will open your iTunes, and then from your iTunes it will I think it can get your Apple ID and things like that.
Yeah.
Right.
So I noticed that my computer
Was requesting for your Apple ID all the time?
not only that, it would open I would walk away for a minute, and it would just open iTunes.
Yep.
And I would come back, and I couldn't tell for sure if there was a correlation between when I walked away or not, but I'm pretty sure there was. And it was, so I assumed somebody was looking, or there was a motion, something.
Yeah.
And then my iTunes was opening, and I wasn't thinking a whole lot of it until I heard that in the class. Thought, things crossed, and all of a sudden I downloaded Malware Bytes, and it came up with a
Slew
load
of
of
Right,
stuff.
yeah.
And luckily it's all good, and I have a new computer now, so don't even try. But
Don't even try.
but that being said,
Try it, bitch.
I was in the process of getting hacked.
I know
For
what
like 2 days
soundbite we
straight.
need now. It's Brittany.
It's Brett.
Luckily, I have two-factor now,
Right. Fair enough.
2F.
But while we have this on the screen, I do have to finish what I was saying.
Yes, Auto Trader UAE.
So, a mutual friend of ours, who I'm not going to mention because
Free ad.
he wouldn't-
Mafi.
yeah, he would not be about it. But anyway, at one point we were looking at the possibility of buying some stuff there, moving it over.
Yeah.
As long as it's US spec and meets the regulations, or if it's 25 plus years
Yeah.
old,
Doesn't really
you may
matter.
as well do it. Cars are substantially cheaper back home. Substantially cheaper back home. What are you on? Why are you on news? Go to listings.
I'm on. Well,
Go to cars.
Cars. Come on.
There you go.
okay. Well, it popped up with the. I didn't know what we were looking for specifically. That looks
There
pretty
should be.
expensive, man.
There should be a way of converting.
It does.
I'm
Look
kidding.
at
Yeah,
the.
let's see here. It looks like you can just do this.
Yep. And then you go USD.
29K for it. But that's not. I mean, you can see those here too. Let's just see what.
Okay, for.
Let's just see what this Vanquish goes for.
No, the Vanquish.
It already has. That's already US.
It's in US. It's all in US now.
Right.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I
Scroll.
mean, it's not everything,
Yeah.
But it's a matter of finding stuff. So
Okay,
like,
let's hold on. Let's go to Lamborghini.
Porsche Cayenne GTS.
yeah, that's
These are pretty
normal.
cheap.
Yeah. I mean, like you'll see turbos, like 14 turbos
Bentley
for
Continental Flying Spur.
like 90 to 100.
Okay.
Like there's
That is
there's a Ford.
chromed out.
Yeah, this happens a lot.
28K.
There's a lot of like
That is
really
a
well executed rice back home, which is, I mean, each to their
Yeah.
own, right?
Yeah.
Well,
But-
you got Bosozoku in Japan. So.
Yeah. Okay. hold
Right,
on.
but that's not
Click on,
well executed. That's the point.
Click on Nissan. Let's see what GTRs are going for there.
Good point.
Oh, there's a whole nother site that we can go to. There's a little sketch, but kind of great.
Little sketch. It's kind of like going to the side streets of New York to get a purse.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, so nothing good for Nissan.
No, but it's a matter of what you look
Okay,
for. So I know
GTRs.
off. Oh, that's a 16 turbo.
Ooh, 27 cents for a Mustang.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Let's jump on that deal.
There's a 2005 I think Ford GT that I know of for sale.
Yeah.
That's got like all the upgrades to like a GT, the GTX1 package or whatever.
Yeah.
It's 230 grand, or 260 grand, and like just a regular Ford GT here is like almost 3.
Yeah.
And I was like, put that thing in.
Okay, then let's hold on. Type in Ford GT. Gort. Christian is the new computer guy. No Ford GT.
Again,
crack my
those are
fingers yet.
websites that like I don't know if you want to put that.
Yeah,
like
no.
no, they're reputable websites.
Yeah.
But I don't know if like does that make sense to put it
Yeah.
in here now, or like
Yeah.
I don't know if you're trying to go for a brand deal or advertising. Or,
No, yeah, don't
Oh,
put it
I don't
in.
know what's happening.
You can
here.
buy a Bentley Continental GT, or not GT, Flying Spur
Oh,
for
super cheap.
cheaper than a Ford Mustang.
Oh yeah. That's a very regular thing.
Okay, what?
I want to go to
Porsche
Dubai.
911. Hold on, Lotus Exige. Ooh,
Lotus-
burnout.
that's
Someone just
a-
did a nice
yeah,
little burnout.
yeah. Lotus Exige
just
is a
Lotus.
weird one.
Just type in Lotus. I feel like it's not a common
Tell you
product
what. Tell
in
you
Dubai.
what. You know what? We're gonna send it anyways. Look up. Just open new tab. Go Car Vault
Yeah.
AE. Yep, the first one. Unfortunately, they won't automatic convert, but you know, whatever. This is like pretty much my favorite dealership in back home. So go to
Okay.
collection.
I got some Koenigseggs.
Koenigsegg
No, but I do know people that have a Koenigsegg.
Pagani.
collection.
No. So there's so scroll down.
I think that's the only thing that could really separate me from Lamborghini as a brand. Like a
Like that.
something handcrafted that I know will break.
You know.
Yeah.
So wait, a McLaren?
No. See, a McLaren. I expect it to be my tool.
I'm pointing directly at the camera. I don't believe any of that. I work for McLaren. I know how those cars work. The hype of them breaking is literally hype. They break. They're not the most reliable. They're not as reliable as Ferraris.
Explain this one to me.
Okay.
I've been on a track
Yes.
with a 570S,
Yes.
full acceleration,
Yes.
going down a straight,
Yes.
windows chirp down as if the doors were going to open.
yes.
Yes.
Do you know how painful that is on your eardrums going like
very.
$170
Very.
and suddenly
Okay.
it's just
Okay. This is the thing that you have to notice. One. How old is Lamborghini?
older than you.
It's what?
I mean, yeah.
19,
Thank you. I'm aware.
1940. It was somewhere around.
No, they're like
World War.
60.
It's 60
years old.
and gone through a lot of hands.
Yeah. 60 years old, done all of that. Ferrari is at like 74 or
Well,
something like
actually,
that.
but if you
No,
count
like, that's
Lamborghini when it was still a tractor company, it was been around.
They still
for a
make
long
tractors.
They still make tractors, and that's still that's included. It like they're 50 something years
So
old.
what's on this?
Oh yeah, you can
Well,
just keep
here's
scrolling.
you know. Wait, let me just point this out. I've already seen some of this. Look, we got Ferrari, Lamborghini, Huracan,
Hold on, what's that Huracan go for? That's
Geely Emerald GS Sport,
Yeah.
and then
I mean,
this, and
yeah.
then back to exotics.
Yeah, go back up.
Ooh,
what are you doing? What are you doing? Go back
I
up.
wanted to point out how ridiculous it was. There was just a random.
I mean, you got to be able to sell everything, right? Go
Yes.
back down. Go to the Huracan. That's so cheap.
how much is
what
that?
is the math on that?
600,000 AED converts to
So we do 599. That's the wrong number of zeros.
What is 599,000 AED in US dollars.
163.
163.
With 11,000 kilometers. So that's like
163,095.
7,000 miles. Less than that.
That is a good deal.
Yeah.
That's like 40 grand off.
More than that.
That's like the exact price for it to be shipped here reliably.
No,
No,
you
dude,
put it
import
like,
tax.
You put it in a container for like $2,000. And you're
Yeah,
fine.
you put it in a container and have it insured.
Yeah.
Then don't you have to do import
Okay,
tax?
675s at the moment are a steal. You will make money on a 675, 100%.
They're beautiful cars.
God, yes.
That's a
They're
really
such
good looking
good-looking
spec.
cars. Yeah. But
So that's like 230,000 or so.
something like that. Yeah, what was that, 8 something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like 210 maybe.
Okay. Ooh, an Urus.
Uruses are crazy as well.
A million AED.
Yeah, there was a point in time when the new G-Wagon came out,
Yeah.
people were asking 400 grand back home, and people were buying them.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And
That is not.
like legitimately, like people like being the first back home.
Yeah,
and
so
it's an attitude that like prevails because like I don't really care about any of that.
McLarens
but,
are selling for
yeah.
good money there.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah, what's the cheapest thing they got?
oh, did you?
Ooh, a
remember
Ford
price?
GT.
That's not the one I was thinking of, but that one is cheaper than the one I was thinking of. Those people love the SLR McLarens back home, and
They don't do it for me. You like
They're-
it?
They're gorgeous. I think
They're quite a symbol too. It looks a little, almost like Cruella de Vil. It looks a little evil villain maybe.
Yeah.
But in a little James Bondy at the
But
same
the thing
time.
is, that's 2006. The car came out 2004. That still looks like a brand new car, if you ignore the interior.
And the
Yeah.
headlights.
Yeah,
I
the
would-
headlights. What's
I
wrong
would.
with
Headlights and taillights have changed so much. in the
Okay,
last 10
yeah,
years.
those
They're still
headlights are
LEDs.
in that same era of the 996, 911.
Yeah.
Looks,
that? Yeah.
looks a little drowsy.
But yeah, so in terms of, so I was brokering for a friend from here, and it was like, let's find some stuff and put it in a shipping container and flip it here, and you'll make some money.
Yeah.
And I want that so badly.
That is
Yellow
nice.
Alcantara interior. It's gross, and I want
Ooh,
it
a
so badly.
Chiron.
That's chassis number 1.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the one that
I love
was.
how you just know exactly
That's-
which
You
one it
skimmed
is.
this site quite a bit.
I've been there and seen the car, and a friend of mine is the head salesperson.
Okay.
That car was the car at the Geneva Motor Show when they launched the car,
Right on.
and that exact car went to one of Bugatti's biggest clients in Saudi, who has like the Vision Gran Turismo Bugatti,
yeah.
and he, I assume, is getting another like actual spec Chiron,
Yeah.
and so that's commissioned at
Okay.
at this dealer. But yeah, they have great stuff. They have great stock.
Ooh, what's a 4C going there for?
225 math. 61.
It's the same thing as here,
It's the same
not
thing.
more.
Yeah, it's so what
More. It's about what you find.
it's about what you find. It's also a matter of market saturation.
Yeah.
Right? It's a small market where people switch cars literally every year.
Exactly.
Like, I mean, we don't, but
Yeah, but they
people
do.
do. People genuinely do.
Yeah.
And it's like, for this friend, I went out and I looked for stuff.
Yeah.
Right? And I found some insane
Mercy?
things.
Not a bad deal.
Yeah.
That's a good deal.
That's a good deal. I know of a Mercy that at one point was for sale for so cheap. It was wild.
What's a Wrangler going for 125?
That's like 30 something.
Yeah. Ooh, what's that track car?
Track car. Oh, the Lotus 311.
yeah, that's nice.
Lotus 311s are awesome.
Yeah. Well, on this note, let's jump to a break, and if you
Break,
want to,
not an intermission, a break.
A brick.
not an intermission, a break, and where a potential sponsor could have an ad read at one point
Could very nicely slip into.
Yeah, they could slip right into this instead of our music.
Sure, but not really.
Well, on that note, we are back from our break, and if you are still listening, we thank you.
Are the camera rolling?
The cameras
Camera
are
is rolling.
They've been
Are the
rolling
camera,
through your
'cause
are the
conversation.
We had 2 cameras rolling. One of them has shut off, so now we have
one camera rolling.
yeah.
Uno.
Uno.
You want to get the second one rolling. Cameraman.
Hey, man. We're going as we go.
Hey, man. What's with this gray screen going on here?
Yeah,
what's
we
your
have things-
favorite tabs going on here? We got Instagram, Rocket Fiber.
That's just that put itself there. I don't know.
Yeah.
I swear I don't know.
A lot of
It says frequently viewed, but I don't frequently view the Rocket Fiber page.
Well, that's clearly because you're deleting your history all the time.
Oh yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And you need to go to your internet.
I actually
internet service
don't.
provider
I
to
could
do
show you
that.
a huge log of my history, but I won't.
But I just won't.
Let's go. Look at this. Look, all the history here.
It's not that long.
Let's just skip over some shit.
I saw a lot of red. That could have been you.
Hey, I don't have a VPN, but I know how to use private browsing.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Which, can you get that in Dubai?
Oh, you want to do that? Technically,
That sounds like you can, but you're not supposed to.
technically, you cannot.
Exactly.
But you also technically can, because I think they've realized that a lot of businesses need like access to some stuff that they've blocked.
Yeah.
It's a weird.
It's a
place.
gray. It's a gray situation.
So it's technically illegal,
Yeah.
but there's certain
They
ones.
spelling in Dubai.
Hold on.
Too high.
Too high.
Too high.
It's technically
space.
illegal,
There's no
but
H.
my parents literally just got a VPN, and they charge you VAT even though it's illegal.
They charge you that?
And it's like, so clearly it's just not.
It's just like
They're like, you can do it, but we're going to tax
we'll
you, bro.
tax you on it. That's like a drug dealer taxing you on buying weed.
No, that's just them blackmailing you. They're like, at any time, we can charge you for this, but we're not going
Right,
to.
right.
Pretty
Unless we
much.
want. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just blackmail.
Yeah, I mean, look, Dubai's a weird place in that it's not like anywhere else in terms of the way the rules are and etc. But it's just a
Yeah.
matter of getting used to stuff.
Yeah,
So like lot of stuff is public, like government owned, public sector. So like all your energy, all your telecom, all of that. So you have no option.
Yeah.
You go with what the
you
government
have.
gives you,
Yeah.
and then the government will build a duopoly and like build competition, which is just themselves.
Yeah.
Which there's nothing really.
Another cousin that owns the company. Or
It's not even that. It's the same company that. So like we have two like internet and telecommunications like service providers, and it's when you look at their like paperwork or whatever, they're owned by the same company.
Okay.
So it's an illusion, if you want to call it that. But at the same time, it's just like at some point you have to serve the customer.
Yeah.
And so it's a new company, and then you have to country, not company.
Okay, this was rad.
Yeah, that was wild.
Imagine dropping that with the helicopter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
That's the only way
you
you
see
get
how
it
they
up
shipped
there.
it in?
How gently do you have to put that down?
Very. They've done it. They've done a bunch of stuff like that. They did a Vanquish when the Vanquish came out.
Yeah.
The launch like event or like media thing was on the top of that helipad, and they like had to helicopter in a thing. I mean, Tiger Woods has hit balls into the sea from there.
I'm sure
There's been a
Tiger
tennis-
Woods did a few things up there.
Yes. There was a tennis match up there.
I mean, come on. Like, if you've got access to something like that, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen this right here?
Now I have.
Insane.
Oh, that's fun.
Dropped in off a helicopter. This is the other thing that I think
you
I've
mess
learned.
up that first landing, you do not have much.
No, you don't.
No, here's the thing though. The discs overlap, so
Yeah.
they're very
If
close to. So your
you're-
momentum, if you fall off, you'd have to monumentally screw up in order
Right.
to fall off. You'd have
Also,
to go all the way to the side.
Like there's netting all the way around.
Yeah.
So,
That
like,
being said, you're jumping over the netting, and if you
Right.
if you were to trip, if
You're hitting a
if your wheel,
staircase.
if you go over the handlebars, if you hit that, I mean, or if he jumps to try to avoid that, and avoid hitting it and
Right.
going over the handlebars. So I mean,
Odd.
but they're trained to know how to fall.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Oddly
The-
enough, it reminds me of being on a cruise ship. Like,
Okay, sure.
they have a lot of weird, like, top ports like that.
okay,
And
I think
when you're walking around a cruise ship at night, just go, you're a little buzzed usually. And when you're like thinking about like the edges, you're like, it turns into that. Like, so you're looking at this now, and you're like, that is not.
Well,
a
you
cruise
think
ship.
you could fall overboard and no one would know if nobody was watching.
Dude,
Yeah.
did you know that there's a lot of sharks usually following a cruise ship?
Oh yeah.
Because they're dumping out food all
Yeah,
the time.
All the time.
So if you fall overboard,
will be eaten.
like your chances of like getting to like a nearby Caribbean island or whatever,
Right.
pretty slim to none.
Oh,
Well, if you,
yeah.
I mean,
No,
I know
pretty
that.
slim to none.
No. I mean, even though cruise ships do follow coastlines relatively closely, there's lots of times when they don't. Like that, there's a
They
high,
dip out.
Right.
there's a
Yeah.
very high percentage. Like the times during the night when somebody wouldn't see you
Yeah.
and you're by yourself, that's when you're in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah,
So,
they dip out for smooth sailing.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Like,
So.
I'm not afraid of the water, but there's something about being in the water, like when you're in the, like the idea of being in the water while there's a cruise ship next to you. There's something about the the scale that I'm not about. Like that,
Yeah.
I'll be on this cruise ship, sure.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in the water next to the thing.
No,
Absolutely.
No.
No, and I mean, so I was just on Martha's Vineyard, which is a small island
Yeah.
off of Massachusetts, and I'm fortunate enough to have family members that have a beach house there,
Right.
and frankly, it's
Is this your house?
no,
They're all yours?
no, those are all those all have some interesting history behind them. Actually, scroll up, go down. You went way too far.
Yes, it is.
No, I thought that was something that my
Well-
dad designed that.
Which one?
That.
This guy right here.
Yeah.
That's epic.
Ooh, wow. Zoom out. 17.5 million. Wow, very nice. Anyways, I was there.
Patrick Ahearn. Yo, there's a bunch of them in here.
Yeah, of course. He's designed quite a bit of that island.
Right.
Well, this is the first time I've seen your dad's work. That's really awesome.
Yeah.
Why, thank you.
Oh, there's a little upstairs.
You didn't do it. It wasn't a compliment. I'm just. I'm playing.
I don't have an ejecto-cedo button.
Just check Dosito, cuz.
I need to. There's not even a fuck you button.
I mean,
Might have to enter in a. We
There's a
should.
mute button.
There is a mute button on that one.
We're gonna have to put in a bleep button
Yeah, just-
in the editing software afterwards.
Oh, you have to put in an ejecto seat soundbite, like
Ejectocito, cuz.
Yeah.
I think that's necessary.
That's definitely
yeah.
happening. So we were there, but one of my favorite things to do there is, kayaking, doing all of that stuff out on the water, pretty much spending as much time out on the beach as possible. But as soon as it's like 6:30
Yeah.
and it's dusk, and you see all the fishermen going by, and you're like, I'm going to die on this kayak because the current pulls you directly past the sandbar area
Sure.
where it just drops off to
That's another thing. Like, I have a scuba license.
Yeah.
And I love being in the water, and I haven't scuba dived enough,
Yeah.
really, but I love scuba diving.
yeah.
and
I got lightly certified, not
Yeah.
officially kind of thing.
How does that work?
A cruise ship.
Okay, sure.
That sounds like something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I had my license and all that sort of thing, but I like being in the water. I love swimming. I love the scuba diving. The couple times I've done it. Open water is just no. I'm okay. I don't need to not see what's below me.
I understand why there's so many movies about being a scuba diver and coming up and the boat's not there, because that is
That
a real
awful. Awful.
fear.
Yeah.
That would be
No.
oh fuck.
Yeah.
You
absolutely not.
immediately just tap to inflate your BC,
BC.
just to
Just float.
and just float.
Well,
And
yeah,
never
you
look down.
try to just float and kick towards where you think.
You
Stuff's
take the
meant to
tank
go.
off,
Yeah.
ride it like a rocket, and you just bang the end off.
Oh, dude, I saw the weirdest movie. Absolutely the weirdest movie, because my dude, way too many people, and including my family members and my fiance, make the reference to me looking like Daniel Radcliffe. And
I mean,
What?
I mean,
You?
let's be real here. You kind of do.
yeah, I guess so.
Not that that's a bad thing.
No, it's not a bad thing. It's fun to mess around with once in a while. But we were joking around about it, and she was like, "Let's watch a Daniel Radcliffe movie."
Of course.
Okay. Okay. Let's pull that one up.
It's
Wait.
that one right
Yeah,
there.
let's-
this one?
No. keep
no,
going
this
across,
one
yeah.
right there.
Yeah, this
And
one
then go
definitely.
to
This one's not far off.
then
But
go to my profile picture.
this guy.
Yeah.
All
Do you hear
right.
his accent?
I don't think so. No.
Because I mean, it is English, but it's like very particular.
I haven't heard it enough to.
Do you not watch Harry Potter?
Dude, I've watched Harry Potter, but is that like? I feel like that's like
Yeah, that's just
not
him
what he
talking.
actually sounds
That's
like.
just him talking.
As
He does
an
a
adult.
He does a weird American accent.
Yeah, because he's dating an American girl.
Is it?
I think a girl from Michigan. That's why he's here once in a while.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so like
Yeah.
I've been a few places and people are like, "Oh, you must be him." I'm like,
Yeah.
no.
Let's see.
Oh.
Well, first off,
Okay, no.
already that's pretty close. But I realize you probably have another one that's
Yeah,
closer.
no. Go to my
Man,
You could go to like my page, not like my.
photos here.
Nah.
My
Tell me where to go, cuh.
I'll send you a link because you probably don't even follow my page.
Ooh,
So
battery running low.
if you're listening, go to Facebook and follow Conor Ahearn. Not friend request me because that's my personal page. I probably won't accept it.
Yeah.
But you can follow me and keep up with all the content, unlike Christian over here. But, that's a whole nother story.
Maybe I'll start doing that.
Yeah.
I just never thought about
Maybe
having
that's
people
something that
follow
I'll
me as
try.
opposed to. I didn't know that was a big thing, but I guess
Yeah,
I mean, Facebook is massive, so I bet I could have a bunch of moms follow me.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the target. That's the target range.
That's an interesting move. Sure.
It's there. Well, hey, I didn't say I wanted it.
Okay.
So, anyways, my fiance brought up the idea of watching one of his recent movies because he came out with a bunch of random movies.
yeah, it's all indie stuff now.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I mean, you're still
And-
making mad residual.
Yeah, and he did this movie where he was a dead body.
Oh yes.
The
I
entire
haven't actually seen
time.
it, but the trailer was hilarious.
It was so funny. I can't even explain how
We can
was it
pull
called?
this up we can pull it up as long as it's commentated.
Yeah, as long as we're talking
Legally.
about
okay.
it. Tinker,
Pull up
what was it called?
Swiss Army Boy.
That's what it was.
It was
The trailer was so weird.
Swiss Army Man.
Yeah.
Missed the delete.
Just turn
There's
off
a-
the audio.
Yeah, just
delay on it. Where's that? This one?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I mean, like, why? Just why?
Because you smoked a lot of weed and
I mean, you
I don't
got
know.
like massively famous when you were young, so you don't really need to do anything anymore. So like,
I mean, he went on like Broadway, or maybe not Broadway, but
no, it
was
I
Broadway?
believe
I thought it was like
was-
London's equivalent.
which I should know what that's called, and I don't.
So
We know-
he was like full frontal naked.
Yeah,
in
with
it.
a horse.
Yeah.
And I was like,
What?
you went from
He went from
probably
being a childhood little sweetheart to like naked with a horse.
yeah, on stage.
Like nightly in a
Yeah.
play.
Yeah, but it's just like, and now he's a dead man.
Oh my god.
It's like, what is happening?
He can talk. Yeah, this dead
Yeah,
man
the
can
dead
talk.
dude can talk. But I think it's like meant to be his like hallucination or something like that.
No, because at the end, he
Spoilers.
actually.
Spoilers.
Yeah, spoiler if you want to watch it.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
He turns out to just be a pervert.
Really?
Yeah, he's a dead pervert.
Oh.
He's just using him as a
Oh, or maybe no.
fart fueled adventure.
His phone made the guy look like a pervert because he led the guy to the chick or something.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
but
funny movie.
What is
Yeah.
it with the farting? There's a lot of fart
So,
jokes.
This whole thing came about from you talking about the using the scuba bottle as a jet ski. He does
Yeah, that's
this.
in the trailer.
He does
I remember
this
that.
with a fart. Like he rides his right here. Go back.
I did. Let's see this. Oh my gosh. What?
Rips his pants down.
He's been like he put a cork up his butt. Made like a joke of like this isn't the first time something's been up there.
Wow. That is legendary.
So stupid.
Yeah. So
All right. Well, we got a laptop about to die. I think we're probably at about an hour and 20.
we're at an hour and maybe 5 or 10 minutes.
You think what's about a
wrap
good time
there.
to
Yeah, we
wrap
can wrap
up?
there.
You could wrap that.
Yeah. So if you've made it to this point, we applaud you. We thank you.
Indeed.
And we hope you tune in next time. We're going to have some awesome guests coming on soon. Just to name a few, Garrett from Detail Garage will be coming in 2 weeks. And then Eddie X, fellow YouTuber.
Oh, that'd be dope.
That'll be an interesting...
Excited for that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's going to be really awesome. He'll be coming in September, as well as Matt Marcoux, as soon as he is done documenting Formula D.
Drift.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Yeah,
Well,
so-
we got a lot of exciting guests coming ahead.
exactly. So be sure to hit that subscribe button, notification bell, and
Catch you in the next one.
yeah.
Yep, yeah.
Thank you very much. And
Good night.